a day at least.
This is Chuckie Egg 2 for the Spectrum. The original Chuckie Egg involved you having to collect all the eggs, avoid the hens, and then move on to the next screen. There was a lot of jumping up platforms and ladders and stuff, and it was a really addictive game, really fast-paced game. And then there's the sequel. I can see the point of trying to emulate something like Jet Set Willy, that sort of thing, but I mean, this is just... I know people say, oh, Manic Miner, yeah, that was the same sort of thing as Chuckie Egg, just move on to the next screen after you've touched everything, and then they did Jet Set Willy. Yes, but it was called Jet Set Willy, it was not Manic Miner 2. They didn't stick the Manic Miner title on a completely different game. Anyway, it was the same character, but he had a different kind of status anyway. In the original he was Miner Willy, in the sequel he was Lord Willy or something. Such is the power of Viagra. Incidentally, you have to do this every time you want to play this game. All the way down there, collect the bone, and then all the way back again. There are also several screens you have to go through every time you want to play this to start off with. In a way, it's a shame there aren't other puzzles like this. You have to collect the bone, give it to the dog. Well, it's not exactly a puzzle, but you know what I mean. Could have enlivened it a bit if they'd had other little tasks like that. There's a dog. In the Commodore 64 version, which I used to have, the dog was much bigger. They didn't remake it, they just changed that same sprite so it was massive. All the pixels were massive and it looked like it was made out of Lego. I mean, seriously, why have they got a dog stopping employees from getting into the factory? Not going to get much work done here, are they? For the benefit of anyone who doesn't know, that's Henhouse Harry, who was in the first game. He used to be a farmer, now he's doing menial jobs in a chocolate egg factory. Don't know whether there was some sort of social commentary there. Far back as I can remember, they've been trying to tie farmers up in red tape and undermine them, do everything they can to make their life a plain misery. I used to know someone who was an organic farmer. They used natural stuff in their food and stuff. I mean, that is much more of a healthy diet as opposed to being the muck they're putting in food now. You've got to use the chains to get across here. So those purple hula hoops or whatever they are will kill you. Forgot to collect that watch or whatever it is. That red thing at the bottom of the screen, incidentally, if you touch that, you'll die. I mean, a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, originally thought it was a pickup. You have to go through this game and collect all the stuff, and you've basically got to have all the ingredients and stuff for chocolate eggs. And this has got absolutely bugger all to do with the original game. It's just let's stick the words Chuckie Egg on it and everyone will buy it. I think it's actually supposed to be pronounced Chuckie Egg. They won't make a fuss about that. I mean, with things like Jet Set Willy and Technician Ted and Auf Wiedersehen Monty, that sort of thing, every screen there were a lot of stuff, interesting stuff to look at. I mean, this is just kind of just more or less blank screens everywhere you go. There's a few platforms and ladders and a few rather naff looking monsters here and there. These boots were made for walking, that's what they're gonna do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. I'm going to be at the old Vic this year. This is more or less the same as the Commodore 64 version. I think the Commodore 64 version had more colours in the background, you know, with on the walls and stuff. I mean, look at that. That elephant is not even animated. It's just a static sprite just moving up and down. There's also a screen, I don't know whether it's in this one, that it's got a giant thing on a scooter with a sign above it saying a monster's work is never done. It was in such a bloody silly colour, you can't hardly read it anyway. A great big rat down there. Well, remind me not to get anything that's made by this chocolate factory. Mind you, I suppose we're lucky that it is still Henhouse Harry in this game. In the Amiga versions of Chuckie, he's Humpty Dumpty or something for some reason. He's like an egg in a baseball game or something. I mean, yeah, the game is called Chuckie Egg. It's about collecting eggs. It's not about a fucking talking, walking, sodding egg, is it? A spider there. Rubbish animation it is too. Why is a spider walking up and down on a chain? Who knows? You thought it would make web or something, wouldn't it? Yes, you've got to collect everything, and I think you've got to take a load of stuff to, I don't know, a vat or whatever it is where they make the chocolate eggs. I mean, this game really takes a long time. So I remember seeing a playthrough, and I think there's a playthrough somewhere, and it takes well over 6 hours. And it's just boring, to be quite honest. Could have done with an in-game bit of music, really. Right, I know the original didn't have music and you were playing it, but I mean, that was actually kind of fast-paced. This is just a plod about, isn't it? Don't know how many screens there are in this. I think there are a lot of them, must be. I mean, on the game cover of Chuckie Egg 2, it's got an egg breaking open with presumably a chicken about to hatch. It's got absolutely nothing to do with this game whatsoever. Oh. I think you've got to press the up button when you touch the ropes there. Otherwise you just fall down. It can be a bit fiddly sometimes. I've never really rated chocolate eggs, to be quite honest. I mean, like Easter eggs, they cost a fortune and there's hardly anything of them. Better off just getting a bar of chocolate or something. You get 18 bars of chocolate for the price of an Easter egg. They used to have those Kinder Surprise things. They had a naff little toy in it, plastic thing. It's sewn away after about 5 minutes or broken or whatever. I mean, if you want to play a game like this, then there's Jet Set Willy, or Alf Wiedersehen Monty, or Technician Ted. I remember having fun with those, exploring them and stuff. I mean, this is just boring. Nothing to it, is there? Just a lot of more or less empty screens. So any software makers out there, if you want a guide on how to make a sequel to a classic game, just play this one and do the complete opposite.